Today we take a look at the Granite Gear Crown 2 60-liter pack and find out if it's king of the lightweight backpacks or if it has an Achilles heel that kills it in its desirability, for me. It's like holding my long-lost love. Hey folks, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another episode here at Gideon's Tactical. I'm your host, Aaron, and that's right, we're looking at our very first Granite Gear backpack, and we're looking at their Crown 2 60-liter pack. Now, we were able to put a bunch of gear in this, about 29 pounds of gear is what I did to test this out. Went out on the trail, and within 2 miles, I knew whether or not this was gonna be a champ and a keeper or something that I have to pass on and has an Achilles heel that just doesn't make it enjoyable for me. Now you might be saying, dude, in 2 miles, how can you know that? Stick with me, we'll find out together, and I'll lay down all the positives and if there are any negatives. So stay tuned as we go ahead and go through there. And you know, I love backpacking. We do it multi-day backpacking, so I've done that for years. I'm not an ultralight through hiker, and that's kind of what this is designed for. Because this pack's dry weight is just over 2 pounds. For a 60-liter pack, that's insane. For most of my other 50 to 60-liter packs that I test out and review here at the channel, they're usually double that, if not 5 pounds. So this is definitely a lightweight design pack. That's what I gravitated to. I was like, oh wow, let's see what Granite Gear can produce for us in a lightweight capability. But it is hindered by some of its load capacity. This only has a load rating of 35 pounds. So again, it is designed to be for those ultralight backpackers, those ultralight through hikers, and that's really where the niche of the design is really meant for. Now for me personally, I picked it up as a possible alternative or backup for my day packs. And you may be going, well, why do you need a 60-liter pack for day packs? Because I'm a gear reviewer and I'm always carrying tons of gear up. I've got a drone, I've got you know, the mirrorless Canon M50, I've got GoPros, then on top of that all the gear we're testing. So I need large packs, even though the loadouts aren't super heavy, usually between 30 and 40 pounds. So I thought to myself, this has got to be something that might be right up my alley, right what I'm looking for. And so that's what I was going into this testing process looking for. A pack that I can carry for a day, do usually between 4 to 6 miles into a location, do my gear testing for the day, and then come out and then maybe let other people borrow it. You know, when we do multi-day backpacking for those who are able to pack it out light, like my dad and some other people like that. Usually for me, my multi-day backpacking is like 60-pound packs because of all the gear, again, that I have to bring with me. So I just want to lay down that frame of reference for you, and that's what I was doing when I tested this out. Is I had 29 pounds worth of gear in this, which is usually a pretty good day for me. It's actually a lighter day for me, but definitely within the load rating of this pack, and took it up and tested it out and got a really good feel for it. So let's break down some of the quick aspects that this pack has to offer, and then we'll talk about whether or not this is king and deserves to wear the crown in my ultralight packing system. All right, while I give you guys some basic specs, we'll roll in some beautiful trail footage. And really enjoy the trail while we were out there testing this guy out recently. And I'll give you the basic specs again: 60 liters or 3,660 cubic inches in size. Then the weights for the regular frame are 2 pounds 4 ounces, and the long frame, which I have, is 2 pounds 6 ounces. So amazing lightweight capability. The torsos, the regular fitting 18 to 21, and then the long 21 to 24. I am 6'2", weigh about 215 pounds, fit me great, zero issue there. The waist, that we'll get to a little bit later with its adjustability, will fit 28 to 40 inch waists. Now the material, because it is that ultralight, is made out of 210 denier high tensile nylon. So it's kind of like a ripstop nylon, a little bit more reinforced on the bottom, but it is absolutely lightweight. This isn't like some super brutal heavy duty pack with Cordura heavy duty fabric. There are other brands out there that will offer that. The point of this pack is to be lightweight and provide cutting down on weight, and they do that by giving you smaller clips. They do that by cutting down on the denier thickness of the bag. The frame that we'll look at again in a moment is polypropylene. And then its total dimensions are 23.5 inches long, 13 inches wide, and 8 inches deep. They do kind of have this foliage green color. They have a tan and black color for men, and then I believe they have blues and a couple other different colors in the female size, because they do offer this in a female size. Now, the other nice aspect to the pack is that the old version, to my understanding, did not come with the lid pocket. You had to buy that separately. This does now come standard with your standard, you know, zip pocket, lid pocket. That helps not only compress down the entire pack, you have a nice zipper here that is water resistant, and then you can get, you know, like a medical kit, something like that. It's just a dump pouch there. It does have 4 attachment loops that you can either attach gear, maybe make a bungee, a shock cord across the top, or attach a solar panel so you can hike with a solar panel on top and, you know, recharging all day. To cut down on weight, if you wanted to do that, it is completely removable so that you could just carry the pack without the lid if you needed to cut down on weight or just didn't see a need for that, and dump that thing or store it. Do whatever you would like to do with that upper lid pouch. Now, the nice thing that I really liked about this is that this is a roll top with an extra attachment strap. Kind of a cool little 2 straps come in and unify in 1 strap right here. So you disconnect that right there, that swings down, and then you have your roll top feature here that you click and then open straight into the main compartment there. So you can get a lot of space, or roll it down and shrink it down to get it lower and make it a more compact pack depending on how much gear you are carrying, and that does help with the water resistance, keeping water from getting in if you're in a downpour. Now, this does also in the interior offer a water bladder port and hanger. So it has a very large port here that you can cross feed through. That's pretty nice that you can get most size straws and, you know, mouthpieces through there. That's on the exterior of the bag. Then as we go in here, and just to show you guys, it's just a big dump pocket. There's no frills or flare in there. That's where you just dump all your gear, your larger items that you're going to be carrying. In here though is where we can see then that port again right there, and then the hook. Now, the interesting thing is that there isn't a designated water bladder pouch. There's no pouch to divide the bladder from all of your contents in here. So I don't really like that. I see that there's a little pass through, so, and a zipper to get to the frame, and there's that polymer frame, and you can pass through the hook. And so maybe what they're thinking is that you pass that through there, you put your bladder on there, and then you have your bladder hanging inside this portion of the pouch just to cut down on weight. But a really thin nylon little pouch would have added, what, 2 ounces to the overall bag weight, and would have been able to give you that really designated divider between the bladder and the rest of your gear. It's not a deal killer. It was just kind of weird and a little goofy to me, and I would have liked to see that. Now, some things that I always look for in my larger backpacks are opportunities to quick stuff as well as extra attach things to the outside of the bag. This does give you a few options here. Not only with that upper compression strap, you could run smaller items through here, a jacket or a small tarp or something like that. So that's a really nice added bonus that they have those straps exposed there and kind of a little seat right there, right above that crown area. Then we have a really nice large elastic kind of see-through pouch that goes the whole kind of third of the bag. Very large. You can get lots of different gear items in there, and then secondary straps that are, you know, detachable. Then you can strap it back down. Then you can attach bed rolls, different gear, compress what's inside this pouch. Just attach different things however you would need right here. That's a big plus. I really like that aspect. Now, something of a downer on the bottom is that we do have little loops here for trekking poles and those type of things, but no bottom attachments or straps for, say, an exterior bedroll, tent, sleeping bag, whatever. I always like to have something here to be able to attach a piece of gear if need be as an added bonus, but this bag does not offer that. You're going to have to use these straps up here if you want to attach anything, and then it's going to be further off the back and not lower down. So positives and negatives there, but I did want to point out no attachments on the bottom of the bag. Two other good points which made me gravitate to the bag and want to pick it up is that not only does it have 2 compression straps that add not only compression to make sure that the load is up against your back, but also for extra lashing points when you're carrying, say, tripods, you have trekking poles, possibly a tent, something like that. So there is one on the lower, there's one on the upper. The lower one, as a bonus, can run through and behind the water bottle pouches and inside the water bottle pouches, giving it the ability to put your water bottle on the outside of the compression strap. Some bags don't offer that. I think that's a really cool, nice little unique feature there that you don't always see in backpacking style backpacks. Now you can see here, this is a 48 ounce Nalgene right here, and it does have that really nice elastic pocket there. I could easily get a whole nother Nalgene in there if I had to. I could also put like a small 1 to 2 man tent or tarp rolled up on the side right in there, and definitely gives me enough space with this one Nalgene to, say, run run a tripod, as since I'm a videographer, tripod through these two compression straps, and then go into the pocket so there's no concern about it flopping around or possibly getting lost. Now, because it is a lightweight bag, this mesh is pretty lightweight. The stitching here is pretty thin, and over time I could see this pocket just start to kind of get saggy, and over time me having to use this secondary compression strap to run through the loops of my water bottles just to make sure that if I bent over or I'm tying my shoe on the trail, my bottle doesn't fall out. So that might be something to consider. That it would have been nice to have a little bit more reinforcement here, but then that would have added to the weight. So a trade-off, giving us that lightweight capability again, but you're gonna see it with some of the materials and design features. So this is another really nice feature, is their refit system, which means that you can completely adjust with this Velcro, the belt, the waist strap, the hip strap, has two pieces of Velcro attached behind this panel right here, so you can adjust it where you need to really hug your hips really well, because you want all your load on your hips, not on your shoulders, when you are carrying the system. And I made sure to do that, so it had a really good fit. I could definitely feel that it was riding properly with its weight distribution. Putting it on the hips, it was really nice to be able to have that adjustability. And again, really nice UTX flex clips there, compact, pull towards you, tightening, with really nice large pockets on either side here. You could easily get your larger, cell phones in there without issue, several snacks, that type of thing. So they were very generous on the waist pockets that you'll have on either side there. All right, so we'll take a brief time out here just to talk about price. Now, this usually will go between $150 and $200. Just depends on who, what, when, where, why. Now, they do make this in a female women's model as well, so you can decide which options you want, and it will have the large and the small or regular and long size design, so you can just go ahead and check those out depending on your body size. Now, this is a long, again, that I've been testing out here today. We are going to have links in the description below over to Amazon as well as backcountry.com. Both will have this pack available if you are interested in this pack or some of the other options that we're about to discuss here in a little bit. When you guys use those hyperlinks, helps me get out there, buy gear just like this. I threw down my hard-earned money that we produce here at the channel so that I could buy this, test it out, and give you this thorough review so that you can decide if this Granite Gear Crown 2 is the right pack for you as well. I believe in this Crown series, they also have a 38 liter that you could look into if you like everything about it, but you just need something a little bit smaller. And I do also want to remind you about our Knock Around Sunglass affiliate. Awesome sunglasses for the entire family. Go check those out. It's free for you, and it gives us that small percentage back so we can continue to make product reviews here at the channel, as well as bladehq.com. If you're looking for tools and knives, fixed blade, pocket knives, multi-tools, all of that, they have great prices. They're a great company, and again, you're going to be able to get a great product at a great price, and you'll be able to help support the channel for free, which is pretty sweet. So check out all those hyperlinks that we have for you down below. Now, this backpack uses that polypropylene hard plastic frame. There is a zipper that we saw earlier when we were looking at the bladder system that you can again remove that if you needed to, either to cut down even more on weight or to clean or do different things with, whatever you would need to do. They call it their VC or Vapor Current Mark II frame, and again, that's where the 35-pound support can come in. And what we have here, it's not adjustable. There's no adjustability on this up and down portion right here. It's only with this padding. So we have really nice foam padding, gives you a little bit of breathability to come through. There is this mesh over these polymer. I don't know if you can see that or not. So it has like a mesh stretched over the frame here, so it breathes well. There's no issue with that. Over time, I could see that mesh tearing. You lay it down, you pick it up, and some twigs, were caught on it, rip it out. So that is something to consider, but it does feel very comfortable on your back, not creating any hot spots. So up till now, no issue, loving everything about the pack. Now for the moment of truth. Is it the Crown King, or does it have an Achilles heel? For me, it has a big Achilles heel, because after about 2 miles on the trail, and we didn't go that far in, these shoulder straps were killing me. It felt like the bag was just riding on these little nylon straps right here, just because there's not enough cushion. It's pretty thin here on the shoulder straps. Again, supposed to be cutting down on weight, but at 29 pounds, which I weighed and which was what this pack was carrying, which is definitely within the load carrying capability and limit, closer to the top end. But I had watched videos of people carrying, they said that they had 40 pounds in the pack and it wasn't causing any problems. This was not comfortable. I would not want to go 6, 8, 10, 15 miles a day with this pack with a 29, 30 liter, a 30 pound load in it, because it literally felt like it was just riding on these little straps out here. It was cutting in and putting pressure on my collarbone. And I have not had that problem with my Red Wing 50, with my Mountain Smith Apex series, with my Mountain Smith Mayhem series, with my Van Quest packs that are the 45 liter pack that they have, their Ibex series. Now again, all of those are heavier duty, like heavier padded backpacks, but none of them with much heavier loads. I'm talking like 60 pound loads when I do multi-day backpacking, and definitely between 30 and 35 pounds on my daily, you know, blade boot camp, gear testing trips. Can support much more weight without any sort of issue, with any sort of it biting in or feeling uncomfortable. These shoulder straps, for me, at 30 pounds, do not cut it with comfortability. Well, there you have it, folks. I hope that this video has been informative, giving you all the data points so you can make a wise choice. That's what I always want to do here at the channel. If you were to ask me now, based off of that last data point that we've talked through, what would be a great alternative that I could recommend around 60 liters, I would take a look at the Mountain Smith Apex series. Now, they have 60, they have 80, and they have 100 liter packs, all under the $200 price point. And I have regularly used the 80. My dad and I have both used the 60, and both of those, though heavier, are going to have a lot more cushion, a lot more support, and going to be a little bit heavier duty. So yep, you're going to pay a little bit more for the, not in price, but in weight, you know, be 2 pounds more for the actual bag, but you're going to get a lot more support from what I found and be able to carry heavier loads for longer distances. So I really hope that this video has just helped you out, pointed you in the right direction, showing you that for me, this has a total Achilles heel, and not keeping it. Can't use it, and it's not going to work for me in my system that I wanted. And you know, love to hear your guys' thoughts. You know, if it's rocking for you, would love to hear that, and how you've made it function and work properly. For me, just the way it's designed, can't carry the loads that I want for the distances that I need, and I find it difficult that it would do good loads around 30 pounds for most people the way I've used it and having all the experience that I've had. Doing multi-day backpacking here in the Rocky Mountains, I need something that has a little bit more support in the shoulders. So guys, thank you so much for coming over today, checking out the channel. Please subscribe if you're not a current subscriber. I invite you to become part of the GT family. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, throwing up stuff there all the time, behind the scenes stuff, different information that you can follow along. It's just a different way to communicate with the community that we have here at the channel. Don't forget about the mailbag. Put hashtag mailbag. You might get a question answered in our Saturday special, our videos that we put up that are discussional based and topical, and we look at all sorts of different things that don't really have to do with reviewing gear. So guys, finally, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.